Okay, so I got a question for you. How many dates does it take to screw a yellow dress? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Married to Medicine. This is season 7, episode 9. Listen, like I said, how many dates does it take to screw a yellow dress, honey? Y'all understand in a minute. Anyway, moving forward. Contessa and Lisa, the party planner, Lisa. Listen, that contestant done got down there, baby, and she is getting ready to try to empty her purse for a short spell, honey. 15, well, between $10,000 and $15,000 going out for a carnival because she that missed all three of the kids' birthday while she was in the transition of doing school and trying to do the back and forth and all of that carrying on. She missed everybody celebrating all the kids' birthdays, so she's gonna wrap it all up in one ball, baby. For and the bill's gonna be between 10 and 15, honey. I said, "Ooh, it's gonna be a whole little carnival." I said, "That's gonna be cute, but that's a lot of money for one party for one day." But anyway, it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be cute. So let's talk about this screwing of the yellow dress, okay? So Quad Doctor Heavenly, they you see them showing up for this little to this restaurant, and baby, listen, let me tell you something. These shoes that Heavenly had on, I'm sure they're not cheap, but baby, them shoes was hurting. Oh, her feet was hurting down, honey. They was hurting her, honey. And them shoes, she was just a tipping and carrying on. Quad had this really cute one shoulder yellow dress. It was a little yellow dress, baby. She's painted up in it, honey. And we found out very quickly that they are actually there. And Quad's being set up on a date by Dr. Heavenly, of all people. Dr. Heavenly. So the guy ends up coming in. Yeah, yeah. He don't look like much of nothing. His name is Dr. Henry Cook. He's a doctor. First question out was, "What is your credit score?" And he said he didn't know. He didn't know what his credit score was. So of course that was a turn off to Walt. And Dr. Heavenly. That was a turn off. But he said, "Listen, I'm paid up. Like everything's paid up, whatever." Found out he's 37. He has one child, which is a 1 year old. Turn off to Quad because you don't show one no kids. Um, and he has a whole lump of baby's mama drama. I said, "Child, bye, bye, girl. See you, honey." You know, you got all this going on, and then you ain't cute to boot. See you, night night. And so Heavenly's like, "Well, let me run to the bathroom real quick." She gets up to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom the opposite direction, but she goes back this other way, and that's when we meet Dr. Wakefield on the other side of the restaurant, sitting over at the bar. And she takes him, baby, and brings him on back to the table. She just set it up. She got 2 dates. I said, "Oh, Dr. Heavenly done set up a speed dating round, baby." She brought him right to, and see, nobody will pull this type of shit but Heavenly because she's so incredibly tacky, and I just love it, honey. She brought that doctor, because he's a doctor as well, and sat him right down at the table next to the other guy. "Hey, this is my girlfriend Quad. This is Dr. Wakefield." I said, Hattie Quad was done. Done. So Quad said, "Well, wait, excuse me for a minute. I need to go use the restroom." So she gets up and she goes to the real restroom. She in there, she's so done with this whole situation. She in the bathroom talking to some white woman. She don't even know. She's like, "I can't even believe this." And the white woman's like, "Girl, wait a minute." So they in there having a good old a girl time, honey, talk about this foolishness going on at the table. Well, Dr. Henry Cook says, well, excuse me, let me excuse myself. And he's getting ready to leave. And I said, to leave. I said, well, where he going? I said, I know he ain't getting ready to leave and ain't paid for his drink or nothing. And they're like, oh, well, one good thing about Quan, don't ever not follow your first mind, sis. She walked up. That fool followed her into the woman's bathroom. He come right on in the bathroom. And she's like, oh, wait a minute, honey. You're in the woman's bathroom. He's like, yeah, see, this is how I get down. Like, I just didn't want to be rude and leave without saying goodbye. I said, oh, he is just as trifling and thrown off. I said, no, baby, you don't need him. He got baby mama drama, and now you know why. Because that's crazy. He crazy and he's left of center, and you need to leave his ass right where you found him. Leave Dr. Henry alone. Dr. Henry ain't got all of it, honey. He got a deck of cards, and the jokers ain't in it. The aces ain't in there, and two of the queens is missing, honey. Don't mess with him, child. He's thrown off. So he left. And Heavenly had ended up coming in and was like, oh, honey, you're in the women's bathroom. Like, he's like, I don't care about that shit. I was like, Lord have mercy. She went and found her a real live one. So they go on back to the table. And then we find out about Dr. Wakefield. Dr. Wakefield is quite together. A little too much together. Sort of like that last one she left. That together. That's the tea he gave me. Like, you're painting a real nice picture. Like you would, like, as he looking at her like he wanted to throw some of that, that gravy with the sausage in it on her knees, baby, and get the sopping her up, Patty. I said, we're not doing that again. Okay? We're not looking for another man that wants her for arm candy and eye candy and I want to take care of you. I want to buy you everything and then treat her like shit. We're not doing that again. So night, Dr. Wakefield. He got a 26-year-old and an 18-year-old. And he's a divorcee, just like she is. She needs somebody busy. Busy. But not busy carrying on. Somebody busy. Somebody that's not, because she's so loud and in the limelight. She needs a businessman that's like way behind the scenes, way behind the scenes, that you don't never know. Like, you know all of his works, but you don't know him. Sort of like Karen's husband from Real Housewives of Potomac. That's the kind of husband that Quad needs. She don't need nobody that's in the spotlight like her. She need a man that does business, owns business, and runs business, but he's so far in the background that don't nobody know who he is. They just know what he did and what he does, but don't know him. That's who she needs. So that's that. Did you hear that, Heavenly Girls? You listening, or are you busy over there doing your own damn reviews? So I'll say it one more time. She needs a man who has a business or 10 that don't nobody know him. They just know him for his works. You understand? So cut your camera off a little bit. Let us handle the reviews for now. While you because you can't do both. You can't do reviews and dates, obviously. You're doing good with the dates, with the reviews rather, but your dating thing, it sucks. So cut your camera off, girl, and go on and really jump into the dating thing, because you claim that's what you do, Ma. So, yeah. Yeah, but it was funny though. So I'm gonna tip my hat to you heavily. The shit was funny, and nobody would pull a tacky stunt like that but you. I love it. It was funny, quite funny. Anyway, moving on. They dismissed old Dr. Wakefield. So they Heavenly told her, okay, bye. And she said, there's a lady over at the door. She has the check. You're gonna pay the check, and it's been real nice seeing you. So night. And he was acting like he really didn't want to go. Get your fat ass up and see you. Dismissed the shit out of him. And he went on and laughed. And she said, do you think that you'll see either one of them? No, girl, you're crazy. No. Mm-mm. And I was getting that same vibe. She's like, he's a little too cocky. He was. It sounded like Gregory all over again. Anyway, moving on. So then we see Simone and Buffy. Buffy's actually coming down to Simone's office, and she is being seen as a patient. And this is the first thing that struck me. I did not realize that Buffy is only 41 years old. I'm gonna leave that right there. Ain't I would have never pegged her to be 41 years old. But anyway, moving on. She has a lump on her breast, in her breast area. And she said, she started going into, she told Simone, "You're going to be mad at me." When Simone asked her how long has she known that lump was, she said 6 months. I don't know if Simone was mad, but I damn near flipped out of this chair. I said, 6 months? Buffy, your husband is a doctor. I mean, he's not a medical doctor. I think he's a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But 6 months? And then she started going through her family history. Like, her family history is completely plagued with cancer. I was like, Buffy, come on. And I understand she's scared, but you should be scared of what you already know. Like, what she already knows should have scared her enough to get her ass out and get tested. But anyway, the important thing is you're here. You're here now. You're doing what you got to do. And Simone told her, if you need me to, I'll go to support you at the mammogram um, appointment. She referred her out. And she did. She went with her to the appointment and walked through it with her. I thought that was beautiful. She walked through it with her, and she came through. Everything was cool. There's just some, it wasn't anything cancerous or anything like that. But they did smack her wrist about them 6 months, baby. It's like, girl, are you kidding me? And we found out that actually Buffy, she just said, when I go to the doctor, I never get good information, never get good answers back. I understand all that. My grandmother used to hate going to doctors. And she just was lucky when it comes to her health. She's a very lucky woman when it came down to health. My grandmother was 93 years old when she passed. And literally, she just went down from being well to just exiting stage left in like a month and a half. And it was like, I just said, my whole thing, I felt like my gram just was just tired and ready to go. And she went. And that's the way she led her life. She pretty much did and said whatever the hell she wanted. And that's kind of how she did things. And she did it all the way up to her time to meet the dirt, honey. She's like, okay, I'm tired of this shit. I'm out of here. And she went. You know what I mean? She literally, like I said, 93 years old and didn't take a Tylenol. Nothing. She had no prescriptions, period. Um, Very lucky. But she was a woman that did not like to go to doctors. She did not like hospitals. She ain't like none of that. And she would avoid it like the plague. But, everybody not so fortunate. So I was really shocked with Miss Buffy. But, again, no cancer. Thank goodness. They gave her some changes to make to her diet to take care of that lump, and different things like that. And some preventative things. But yeah, girlfriend, you're gonna have to stay on your mammograms and stuff and your checks, getting your stuff together. Because that history says, don't you dare let it sneak up on you, honey. Ooh, I was so bothered with that. I was like, wow. Woo. Anyway, moving on. So Jackie's actually expanding her office the same way she's doing with the house. She got all this stuff going on. And Curtis is the project manager. Mm. Well, I guess. I mean, you know what? I thought about it, and one of their biggest problems was she spent too much time working, and he didn't get to spend time with her. So that's what take that motherfucker to work with you. Make him work too. Now we're here together. We still together. That's gonna be that. I just said, okay, I guess I get it. I wouldn't want Curtis at work with me though, but okay. So, Contessa. We flash into the house. Contessa's doing what she's been doing for the last couple weeks. Contessa's driving me crazy now. Driving me crazy. But more than driving me crazy, you driving Scott crazy. You need to back up off of Scott. Like you got to, girlfriend, you got to ease up. As if you don't, he gonna shake the shit out of you. If you don't, your husband's gonna shake you. She was being one old bitch, honey. She was just, and I know she wanted everything to be right for her kids and all of that, but just push, 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 push. And you definitely have resentment. And you being mean to that man. Like we're watching it. And I hope as she's watching the season back, she sees you're being mean to your husband. Like you need to stop. Get yourself together because it's a lot you. Like you're doing a lot of this. You girl, stop it. Stop it. Don't ruin your marriage. Y'all got something beautiful. Don't do that. Anyway, so let's go to the carnival. The carnival was a lot. It was a lot, but it was just gorgeous. Her house, they have a beautiful home. Well, all of them do. All of them do. I don't care what Mariah says about Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly's house is gorgeous. She says it's dirty or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it does need pressure wash, whatever. But all of them have beautiful places that they stay in. They really do. And I've told y'all know I ain't no Toya fan, but that goddamn Toya and Eugene's house is the bomb. Mariah's house is beautiful. All of them, even Quad's apartment, gorgeous. They have very, very gorgeous surroundings. They do. They really do. The kids, there were kids on top of more kids. But and the kid, everybody, they were just enjoying themselves. There was face painting, and there was video games, and there was bounce houses with water, without water, water slides, slides without water, booths and Dunkin' booths, and anything you could think of. It was an actual carnival at her house. There was even a train to carry you from one part of the grounds of the house to the other part of the grounds of the house. It was worth every dime. It was worth every dime. The food was constant. Don't look like they ran out of nothing. It was just, they did that. They did that. It was nice. I laughed at Heavenly coming down on the train. Her little boy, her kids don't be paying her no attention. He told her shit. She just sat down on the train. The kids were swimming and stuff. They just sat down and damn train wet. She just sat down. Her whole one side of her ass was wet. I said, oh, girl, hush. Hush. And that's where her son was like, shut the fuck up. Party time, whore. That's it. But they were having a good time. Toya come. Now I didn't like this at all. Toya. I'm going to get you. See, I was real easy on Toya the first couple episodes this season because she had some stuff that went on. That's over now, bitch. You're back to acting like a fucking bitch, and I'm going to tell you, you're just being a bitch. And now everything, we looking around. Everything looked cool. Then Mariah saying, you going to go jump in the pool? And our son, so it's, her kid's ignorant child, saying, their pool is dirty. So then you got Mariah over in the confessional. I said, that's going to greet us again at the end. We're going to see this again. Mariah, out of the mouth of babes, if the kids say that the pool is dirty, then it's probably a pissy pool. Really, Mariah? And then she didn't bring her kids. She said her kids was too old. There were all different age kids there. But whatever. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Because as much trouble as you start, we don't need you to have a reason to stick around longer. There's something will bother you and you'll leave. If your kids is there, they be having fun. Because the kids were all having fun. And you'd have to stay longer. So we're glad you didn't bring your damn kids. And if you'd have brought your kids, you probably would have brought Shoot Lucy. But yeah, we're glad you didn't bring your goddamn kids to the pissy pool party. Just the two of y'all. Get the fuck out. Just get on out of here. Just ridiculous. That's the type of people that you'd be like, why did I even invite those whores to my place? I'm leaving it alone. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. I thought it was just very unnecessary. It wasn't even nothing to make over. The little boy said, little boy ignorant like his mammy, just ignore him. The little boy. Just ignore it and move on. And Toya's like, no, 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 don't jump in the pool. That's probably some shit that Toya done said he repeating. Because they were already dressed. They thought they had already been in the pool. And Mariah grabbed him because he was getting ready to go jump back in it. So was it really dirty? Anyway, moving on. I ain't going into it because Contessa, I'm sure, is going to get to you later. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Now, I was laughing because Contessa was around being a bitch. And Scott didn't do this on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose, but it was good that he did it because you deserved it. He was picking Layla up and to swing her around, and he swung her right into Contessa and knocked the shit out of her. I said, good for you. That's petty, I know. But it probably gave him a chuckle on his belly. He knocked the shit out of her with Layla's long little laser. Knocked her drink out her hand and everything. That's what you get. But yeah, they had the little carnival looking cake, and I'm sure they had another cake too, because that little cake, I'm sure didn't feed all them kids. There was over 100 children there. But it was a real pretty cake that looked like a carnival. It looked like one of them bounce houses. It was really pretty. But anyway, um, there was a scene where Scott and Cecil were having a little conversation, and he was basically telling him, you go to counseling, work on whatever it is. I know there's some stuff going on. Just bow down and work it out because everything gonna be fine. Y'all good. Everything gonna be fine. And I think every time Scott talks to Cecil, it helps him keep on track. And then she's talking to Jackie and stuff, and it's keeping her on track. So they're not just with no interference. And there's no extra outside bad interference. The interference from outside is good. So this is a good thing. So then they actually, when they were sitting back, the party was just about over, and they were apologizing. She apologized to Scott. Um, and they acknowledged that there is a problem, that they really not Team Metcalf, that they basically kind of are putting on for people. Because they had shirts that said Team Metcalf. No, baby, y'all not on the same page at all. So they have agreed. We got some problems that we're gonna have to work them out, but they definitely agreed that we did this. This was good. That was good. That was a beautiful carnival. That was something nice. Really did look like her house looked like an amusement park or whatever. It was real nice. But anyway, that's what went on with Married to Medicine. Very interesting. Very interesting. A carnival, and we also had to find that you need 2 dates to screw one yellow dress. So that's that.